Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello, I'm Jean.
And I am Laura, and we are here to encourage all you millennials, boomers, and everyone in between to be happily okay together.
And I'm going to start off with a September shout out.
All righty.
For boomers, September has historically been back to school month. Even though it really no longer is, I still have that back to school feeling.
We all do. You just do.
And I want to give a shout out to band camps. You and I were both in band. You were the majorette. High school football. Those are good memories.
They are good memories, and we love it. We live close to the high school, so we can happily hear the band making all their fun bands.
Oh, where you live now. So they've been practicing.
They have been practicing. And
they sound good?
They sound great.
Yeah.
Yep. Revere High School, shout out.
I'm glad that's all back. So that's how I came up with our theme for this podcast.
We have a theme.
Yeah, which is, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, golly, I would love to know.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Yeah, because it's back to school. What do you want to be when you grow up? Before we get into all that,
yes,
a couple comments about prior podcasts, because we received some listener comments.
Yes, we love listening or hearing our listeners' comments.
We do.
Yes, do tell.
So the eyelash curlers, if you remember that.
Yep.
No, most people don't use them. So,
they don't.
So Beth Ann, we don't need your excess.
And yet my one millennial daughter is just, she loves her. She lives by hers.
Yeah.
But I've never gotten the hang of it.
So what seems to be popular is glitter eyeshadow.
Yeah.
And our friend Donna has faux lashes.
Faux lashes would be fun to master.
Right.
When I was shopping the other day with my other millennial, we were looking for magnetic eyeliner. That you get the magnetic lashes and then they stick to your eyeliner. Interesting concept.
I like that.
I know. I may try it. We'll see how she rolls.
Good. I'm going to launch into my week. I'm just feeling spunky today.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm just going to roll
Jean
my head.
feels spunky. All right, go for it.
But first, I have an oven warning for you.
Bum, bum, bum.
It seems that boomers especially, have been having trouble where all of a sudden their ovens or refrigerators, they don't work. They were working fine, and then they're not working. With the oven, they're not heating.
Well, about 3 years ago, we had to replace my oven.
Oh, so
the whole thing, yeah. So this is a real thing.
Right, and this is why I'm giving you this warning.
Yes.
Although you haven't burnt anything up lately, have you?
No, it's been about 2
weeks,
but
this will help you.
Yes.
There is a feature that actually is on most ovens and refrigerators now, and it is called Sabbath Mode. And it's an interesting feature. It was for people of the Jewish faith who on their Sabbath can't operate machinery.
Oh, yeah.
They can't turn on lights. So they can set it to Sabbath mode and it will keep your ovens from working.
Interesting.
But the trouble is, for people who don't want that, is you can accidentally set it to Sabbath mode. Apparently on most ovens, you might even want to try this. There is, for example, it might be you press the bake and the broil button at the same time, and that turns it into Sabbath mode.
Oh dear!
And then it won't work.
This seems like something I would do. I do this
so
with my phone a lot, or
I
my
hadn't
computer.
heard of that.
Wow.
I hadn't heard of that. And something else I haven't heard of. I guess this is also my week of learning things.
Yes, you're so
knowledgeable. What I want to be when I grow up, I want to learn things. I learned something else.
Yeah.
My son, when I was up at the lake with him, wanted to wash the bedding. Good idea. They're big comforters. Yes. So he said he would take them to the laundromat. He does. He came back home just thrilled because the laundromat uses an app.
The laundromat that I'm used to putting coins in uses an app.
And that's how you pay for it. via the app. You put money in your account, pay for it via the app on your phone.
Be handy.
It would be. And it also lets you know when your load of wash is done. So
Really
he
handy.
had come back to get me because we had to do some errands together. So he was thrilled. It all worked out great. Everything was supposed to be done at 12:22, and it was, and we picked it up and went on our way.
So interesting. I wonder if it would tell you, like, if somebody else took your laundry.
Oh, good. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or really beep you if you're late getting things
Yes,
moved
like
to the
you've been
dryer.
over an hour, come get me.
So I was really interested in this.
Huh.
We came back. I settled down with a cup of coffee. I'm reading an article. It's about how the latest thing is to have apps at the laundromat.
You're
It's like,
kidding.
I had never heard about this, then I experienced it, then I read about it, and the reason is the coin shortage. Apparently it's been a big problem. People are, yeah, so
Fascinating.
I know. Now I'm going to go on to something else fascinating. Are you ready?
This is just so insightful.
I guess I should take a deep breath. I have
Yes,
something
I'm going to
else.
sip more coffee. Go.
One night,
Long ago.
one dark and stormy night.
Yes.
All of a sudden, my hands had a burning, tingling sensation.
Oh, no.
I know. That's what I thought.
Seems
Oh, no.
serious.
Yeah, I was like, why is this? Like, my nerves, what? I have some horrible nerve thing.
Yeah.
So I did what we all do, Googled my symptoms.
course.
Yes. And it turns out, and this was right in my case, it was from jalapeno peppers.
Jalapeno peppers?
Yeah,
Had you touched them, or?
Yes, we had made, again, with the laundry son,
Yes.
we had made jalapeno poppers.
Oh, I love those.
I know, and I was
Yum.
in charge of scooping out the insides and cutting them and getting them ready. And I had never known you were supposed to wear gloves when you do this.
I would never have known that.
Because it has something in them, casein, or I don't know if that's exactly how you say it, but it reacts to your hands, and that's what it causes.
Now, did it bother you when you were doing it?
No, it wasn't until, because I did those before dinner. It wasn't until I'm getting ready for bed.
That is crazy. I mean, thank goodness that's all it was.
Right. So just FYI, don't.
And were they good, your jalapeno peppers?
Yes. But then it turns out we ended up liking, have you seen those bags of the red and yellow long peppers?
Yes.
We ended up liking those better.
Huh.
So now I don't have to really worry about it.
The tingling that comes.
Right. So FYI, if you're handling jalapenos, be careful. Can I just keep plowing along?
Apparently you
All
are.
right, so I'm going to go. I read something
Sure.
interesting. You never.
Yes.
I wonder if you would agree with this. You never realize how long a minute is until you are exercising.
So true. So
Right.
true.
Because you're
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes when I've exercised, I don't have my bike anymore, exercise bike. I mean, I would cover up the clock with a towel so I couldn't see it.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Like when you do those wall sits. Where
Oh,
you
yes.
sit against the wall and it's hard to do 10 seconds.
All right.
But they got to be good for you.
They are good for you.
All right.
And
That's a
then
long
this
minute.
made
though.
me
Yes.
think of the opposite, too.
Yes.
You also never know how fast a minute is until you are late for something.
Oh, gosh. That's so well put. I feel
Yeah.
like you should put this.
Like, make pillows with that on.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could knit
Except-
things and put it in. And
Those are my two thoughts.
it's very profound.
Yeah,
Very profound.
Well, I guess I'm at the end of my list. How was your week?
Oh, my week. Well, I had a wonderful week with family. Family came to visit, and we still have my two, all my kids are home right now. All my kids, we still have the Chicago daughter and the Illinois son, but the three kids, three of them are home. So it's so much fun. I mean, we get together, we have dinners. It's delightful.
You have like a bachelorette night, right?
Yes. And I realize we're a couple weeks away from when we record, but right now we're in paradise.
Oh.
It's all the Bachelor stars come together and they're on this little area in Mexico, and it's pretty steamy.
Oh.
So we get together with my two daughters and sometimes my daughter-in-law and son and my daughter's boyfriend, and it is just more fun. We hoop and holler.
Yes.
It's like hot, steamy romances. It's just fun.
We're not going to no R-rated things in this show.
Right.
We've done that.
I can't, yes. I got a lot of comments from the other one.
Did you?
Yes. A lot of people mentioned the shorts, but we won't go back into that.
So good. Good things for your week.
Good, steamy Bachelor in Paradise fun. Just wholesome fun for the whole family. But anyway, so that was fun. I have to tell you, of course, I have to brag on my little grandson and my granddaughter. My granddaughter is talking into her little play phone that you gave her, making cute little noises. And my grandson now says a clear hello. It's very cute.
It is. And I saw that video. He picks up the phone and
just says, hello, kind of like us. Hello. We'll put him on the podcast soon.
Oh, let's.
He can be part of the intro. Had a very nice time with friends I don't know that I've talked about Blossom Music Center. Is a beautiful amphitheater, and we went to see Brahms.
Home of the Cleveland Orchestra.
Yes, and we went to see the Cleveland Orchestra. Now, when you go to see the Cleveland Orchestra, I realized it's great. I'm one of the youngest people there. It's definitely a boomer crowd at above. Now, the last time I was at Blossom, we went to see The Who, which I would say was pretty much just boomers, because that Who was a band in our time.
Right, but still very well-known, iconic kind of band.
There were some younger people, still mostly boomers, but this was definitely a senior crowd. But delightful. Just
so
beautifully.
Lots of chilled white wine.
Yes. We had dinner beforehand.
Brie.
Everybody had their brie and wine at all the picnic tables. Just lovely. Now, I wore what I thought was a cute, young, trendy top. It had the little cutout holes, feeling spunky in it, with horizontal stripes. Now, when I was there at Blossom, I realized everybody quite older than myself, the trend was horizontal stripes. And I'm not sure, so I guess I'm now dressing like a boomer and above.
Really? That's what you noticed?
Yes. Everybody in their 80s plus seemed to be wearing horizontal stripes. So now I'm questioning, I don't know, is this an older look that I'm now adopting?
We'll have to check that out.
Have I slipped into dressing like an older person without knowing it? Possibly. But anyway, it was still a lovely evening. Now, I have had a few faux pas, a few gaffes, as it were.
No, not you.
Yes, hard to believe. Put together
Such
me.
as?
Yes, well, one, I felt badly. My poor OH was not feeling well lately. So I was trying to be the good wife, and can I get you anything, and blah, blah, blah. And I leaned, he's all tucked in bed, just feeling miserable. And I leaned over gently to give a little kiss on his forehead and, say, I hope you feel better, while also trying to see if he had a fever. But
you're much more patient than I am.
Well,
good for you.
You do what you do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I hear this, oh my gosh. And I looked and I realized I had been holding my big 64-ounce water thing, which apparently the lid wasn't on, and it just all over him, the bed. He had to immediately get out. We had to it was a mess. I felt bad.
So instead of kissing him, you dumped a half gallon of water
Yes,
on him.
I did. One way to wake him up and get him out of bed.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. So, and then...
You really did that.
I swear I really did that. Yep, I did. Put those lids on a little more carefully.
Well, I'm babbling about my sleeping. That was the headline story, Laura.
Yeah.
That was the headline story.
I soaked my OH.
Yes.
But it happens. Then this isn't quite as bad. I was talking to folks that came to visit us, relatives, and she had recently hosted a lovely party, and I had written a very nice, long 2-page thank you note. I was pretty proud of it. It was like one of those notes that very well written, if I dare say. And she thanked me for writing such a nice thank you note, except I'd written it to the wrong people.
You mean you had said
I
dear?
addressed it. It was dear so and so and so and so, and I put the wrong name in. Yeah. So it was similar name, but not the correct name.
Well, and I'll have to add a faux pas to your list.
No, you're not.
Because you were so sweet. Here again, so sweet.
Yeah.
Sent the most adorable card for my OH's birthday.
Oh yeah, the birthday card.
Yeah, it was so cute, and you had addressed it to the wrong address. We have moved. In case you
Did I really?
didn't I tell you that we moved?
Oh,
Did I neglect to tell you?
shucks! I used the old address.
You used the old address, but
Okay.
the card finally made it. Luckily, it must have still been in the forwarding time, and
Yeah. Okay. All right.
it's an adorable card.
Just
Thank
when
you.
you think you're doing well as a boomer, womp womp.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Your list continues?
Not a whole lot. I did a bunch of hiking, which has been fun.
Oh,
'Cause
that reminds me of something,
yes.
but go on.
No,
Hiking.
just my millennial daughter and I. We've taken the dog out hiking. It's been great fun.
Oh, that hasn't been a faux pas?
No, I'm done with my faux pas.
Oh, but hiking is, yes. Yeah, and we've really had some nice weather, haven't we, for a couple days?
We have for a few days. Oh, yes.
So Lyme disease, I read a memoir about someone who had Lyme disease, and it sounds horrible, from the deer tick.
Yeah, you can get that from hiking, huh? Or just being outside in the woods.
You would never want to go to Connecticut. That's like the epicenter.
Ooh,
That's where it started.
yikes.
Yeah. And it just, oh my. Other people have written memoirs because it is quite a gamut of symptoms, odd, horrible symptoms that affect various places in your body, and then it switches. And blood tests don't seem to be definitive on diagnosing it. So many people go from doctor to doctor, and each one says, oh, you're just stressed. Try to relax more. And these are people who feel terrible.
Oh, how annoying.
It's really sad. And I thought, the reason I'm mentioning it really now is because you and I go to the same doctor. We've gone to her for
a long
a long time. I would really trust her. I thought if I went in and said, you know, I'm having this symptom and that symptom, and my head hurts, and my stomach, and my lungs, and my knees, and my joints, and my heart, would she really say,
You just, it's all in your head? Go home?
right, I can't imagine her doing that.
Yikes. Well, people wear your bug spray.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Don't get Lyme disease.
Or wear long pants, too.
Yeah, I can't do that in the summer.
I know, but
I
be
can't.
careful with that.
Yikes. Okay, that was sort of a scary but
It was,
important
but I
thing
guess
to
my
point
thing
out.
more was that I really do like our doctor, and I feel bad not only that people get this, but then they can't turn to a doctor who can really help them.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like our doctor, I mean, she's taken care of me for easily over 30 years, and I've been blessed with, you know, not married. And for her to just say, oh,
Go
you're
home.
fine.
Yikes. Well, stand up
That's,
for your
I guess,
symptoms.
what I'm really getting at. Yeah.
Stand up for your
Right.
symptoms.
Let's get back to that. I'm glad your week was fine.
Yep, it was good.
Do I do that a lot? I start a sentence and then I change it to a completely different sentence?
You might, but my kids tell me I do this constantly. And I think I mentioned this before. I will start to say the first 3 or 4 words and then just stop.
Yeah,
And my kids, my OH will be like, did you want to finish? I think I finished it in my brain. Like I'll say, oh, I think it's time to go to, and in my brain I finish, we need to go to the grocery store.
right.
But I don't tell anyone. So continue, dear.
I know. So
If
I'll
you
try
can, try real hard.
Yes. I'm trying to tie us all back into what do you want to be when you grow up. And
Oh,
it
that's
turns
right.
out this is not just something you ask little kids. Many people our boomer age are still working on that and are possibly still doing really great, exciting things.
Good for them.
And I know we just celebrated, we mentioned a woman who turned 106, the Medina lady
Yes.
who wanted to be good and kind.
Yes.
She turned 106. Well, then I read an article that Iris Apfel, who's known as the stylish centenarian, she's just turning 100.
Wow.
She also calls herself the geriatric starlet.
Wow.
I
I want to
like that.
be that someday.
Yeah, she really became famous. She had a very interesting career with her husband up until age 84, but she really had her breakthrough then.
At age
4
84
is when she really was propelled to
stardom.
Yeah. And at 84, and she now has 1.6 million Instagram followers.
And she's almost 100?
Yeah. In 2018, so just a couple years ago, they made an Iris Apfel Barbie doll. She's the oldest person to have a Barbie doll.
That's cool.
Made in her image. Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is
So
very
she's going to
cool.
have a big birthday. And if you've seen pictures of her, she always wears these giant glasses. She dresses very...
avant-garde?
Yes, that's a great word. Thank you for
Thank
finishing
you.
my sentence.
That's any day.
See,
Why
together we'd be great. Together we could have...
we just need to glide through life together all the time.
Right.
Completing sentences.
So she's going to celebrate her birthday at a Central Park Tower. That's the name of the building. And what is cool is the party is going to start off in the lobby and then go up for the big celebration. They're going to go up 100 flights.
Oh, fun
To be
idea.
whisked in an elevator up to floor 100. So happy birthday, Iris.
That's really a cool idea. Maybe we should start doing that more for everybody's birthday. Like you turn 61, you find a building and you go up to the 61st
First
floor.
floor.
I don't know what
like
you'd
that.
do on that hallway if nothing else was happening there, but just knock on someone's door.
Yeah, so I think you have some interesting, what do you want to be when you grow up ideas.
I do. I actually read through, I Googled
Yes.
various occupations that have been popular in 2021. That would be our year.
Occupations.
For people over age 65.
Oh, great.
So these were careers that people did at age 65 and beyond. So this gives us hope.
So there's going to be some choices. So
yes,
let's see if we
choices for us.
see
Now,
if we like any of these.
these were actually the top 2 from different lists. So pick which one you want as number 1. They're very different, interestingly. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, it's time for Laura's list. Number 1, clergy. I would never have thought that.
People over age 65 are becoming clergy.
Yes, very interesting. And I guess people, younger generations, are liking that. They're looking for more senior advisement in their pastors and clergy.
Great.
Who knew?
Great.
Number 2, not to be confused with number 1, dog walkers.
Is a new career for people,
over 65, which I'm sorry. Sometimes I shouldn't say this, but some of these dogs get a little feisty on me when I help walk a friend's dog, so that might not be mine. Number 3, museum or like city tour guides.
Oh, that would be fun.
I
I'd like
know.
to do that.
We took an architectural tour in Chicago last fall, and we had the most lovely older gentleman giving it to us. So yes, we
like
could
that.
do that. We could do tours of Summit Mall. I don't know.
But we would have to finish our sentences. We couldn't just say, and now here we are visiting the iconic.
And then we know what it is, but nobody else does.
Right. It was built in.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know how they remember all these things.
Yeah.
The dates and the architects, and I'd have to study up. I'd have to have my note cards. All right, number 4, I'm excited about because I do this. Substitute teachers.
Oh,
Because
that's good.
A real need for substitute teachers. Because I was starting to think, am I getting too old now? Will the kids look at me like, why is great grandma up there teaching us today?
With her horizontal stripes on.
Those darn horizontal stripes, right? And she stops mid-sentence, so I don't know. But I do that.
You know, I'm just quickly, I'm going to say, in addition to this being like things that we could do when we grow up, I actually have been thinking of getting a job because the pay is so amazing for just regular jobs.
Yes, exactly. I think our McDonald's is really high because they can't get, people aren't working.
Right. I think it was up to $20 an hour. I mean,
that's more than
when I started at McDonald's.
Yes. A few years back.
Yeah.
In
when
high
I was
school.
high school. I started the first 3 months you were on like beginner's pay. What do you call it? I don't know.
I don't know. Beginner's pay.
Yeah. It was $1.05.
Oh my goodness.
1.05. $1 and a nickel per hour.
Oh my goodness. And you
Yeah.
were thrilled to have that. And you smelled like French fries when you came home.
I did.
It was the best.
Right. So you got a few more? But I got a couple real interesting ones.
I know. Well, one that they said is very important for people our age is being life coaches.
Oh.
Because we have experienced
people.
people.
I'd love to be a life coach.
And you don't need to be licensed.
I would love to be a life coach. We should do that.
I think we should. One, you already are, and I am. Writers, they need writers.
Yeah, right.
Real estate agents, which is what I do.
Oh, you're most of the things on the list.
Now, I thought these last two were kind of fun. One is to be park rangers. I don't know a lot about parks, but
yeah, I heard there's a shortage of
There's a shortage of park rangers. This one seems a little more my liking, to be a concierge. They're low on concierges at hotels. You should be a concierge at a nice hotel in your city that you know.
Oh, and then you would arrange like trips to Disney World if you were
or
that's not happening. And
yeah, exactly. We could tell them about Swenson's hamburgers.
Right, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Which, have we ever been there?
No, never. Oh! We should do a podcast live from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Should we?
Yes, I think we should.
Well, let's do it. How would we, sitting outside or what?
Maybe. I don't know if they'd let us inside. Probably not.
We should at least visit it.
Yeah, we could recount it. So there you go. So there's
lots of jobs.
Yes, lots of jobs. I mean, some of the other ones aren't that exciting.
Life coach, I think we need to think about that.
Life coach, I think. Wouldn't people just love to hear our stories? And what gives
advice?
Oh, we have so much advice.
Because our kids don't want to, God, we love you so much. God love you.
And we try to life coach our kids. But we could get paid from strangers
who might listen to us.
Yes,
right.
This is amazing. All right.
Okay. And continuing on, you have more Laura's lists.
I do. I don't. Which one do you want? We were talking about ages, so maybe I'll go with this one. This gal that we were talking about,
Iris.
Iris is turning 100, but here's some famous stars who turned 90, which is still pretty good. Are you ready?
Great.
All right. I won't read all of them. There's quite a few of them still running around, still working. Barbara Eden.
And she was, I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, she's now 90, looking great, still working.
Still working.
Dan Rather. These people are all still doing some acting and working.
They probably have more Instagram followers than...
Just a tad.
Yeah.
Dan Rather. William Shatner, who I love, Captain Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
He's great. He used to be on a show a couple years ago that was hysterical. James Earl Jones, who we know him because he's the voice of...
Oh, he has that wonderful voice.
Darth Vader.
But
yes.
That his voice is
and
always...
And he's still on commercials. Yeah. 90. There's no stopping these people. Willie Mays, I don't think he's still playing baseball.
And hitting home runs and playing the outfield.
Probably not, but still, he made it to 90. Robert Duvall, who is in, I think, a recent TV show or one of those. One of those streaming things that I don't do.
Streaming things.
But he was famous for The Godfather. Desmond Tutu.
Oh, Archbishop Desmond?
Yes, Archbishop. Mikhail Gorbachev.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
They're still around?
Yes, these people are still
around.
I mean, he was what he was with the Soviet Union, but he's still kicking. And Clint Eastwood, of course, is over 90.
And really still around.
He has a new movie out. So we're just beginning.
So
all
we
you
are.
Boomers, we are just beginning.
We have time to figure out more.
Yes. And millennials, your parents really aren't old at all.
No.
I mean, we're 30 years away from these people.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
I know. Don't you feel better?
I feel great.
Good.
Oh, well.
Yes, I know.
End of the list?
That was a lot to take in, but that's what I have. I have other things, but I may just wait till next time.
Well, give us a hint.
I will give you a hint. There are things that were pet peeves for me.
Oh.
I could throw out a few. These were just things that bothered me in the last week. We don't have much time.
Oh, yeah. What bothered you? Like it still sticks in your mind.
Yes, it's just little things that bother me. My one daughter and I had to spend a long time at a Verizon store.
Yeah.
And they told us to take a seat. And they had like this little leather type bench, and we both looked at each other because the other people had just left and their imprints were still on the leather. And I didn't want to sit on it. So that was my one pet peeve. Another pet peeve is we've been doing a lot of takeout.
Sure.
I never knew this about myself. I really am bothered by the sound of styrofoam against styrofoam.
Oh.
You know, the boxes?
Yeah.
Pet peeve, pet peeve.
Ooh.
Standing in line at Chipotle.
Yeah.
I think I said it right. They always yell at me when I don't say it right. My older daughter said her biggest pet peeve is when you're standing forever in a line and finally you're the next, there's one person ahead of you, but they end up ordering for 5 people who aren't there.
Oh.
So you think you're almost there, but the person ahead of you ordered for 5. These are troubling pet peeves. So
I don't have a lot of patience nowadays, right?
yeah. So anyway,
Patience.
I feel better.
That's when you could turn on your breathing app on your watch.
Oh, yes.
And you can spend a minute or two with those deep breaths. It really does help. It helps me.
Yes.
And because sometimes I'll start thinking of things I need to do, or like you, things that bother you, or just different things, and I can't stop thinking about the things. So then I breathe for a minute or two.
And you're good as new?
I'm good as new.
Good as new. Well, keep breathing, folks. And sadly, we are at our time.
Yes. So thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. It's Speak Up Talk Radio.
And look for us at okboomerpod.com. And we're on Facebook and Twitter and sometimes Instagram.
Yes, when I get around to putting something up. So,
all right. Love y'all.
Love you.
Have a good week. Bye.
toodaloo.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.